EPA and WA meteorologist Bobby Martins here with their outlook for the weekend of December 28th and 29th, 2024. It is Saturday. The weekend video forecast is proudly sponsored by the KP Agency in Easton, Pennsylvania. Annual enrollment has passed, but every day over 10,000 Americans turn 65, and that could be you soon. Not me yet, but soon. If you're approaching 65 or planning retirement, it's the perfect time to get your Medicare options in order. Our friend Kristen, the owner of the KP Agency, is here year-round to help you navigate the Medicare maze, making sure you get the best coverage you need and when you need it. Don't trust your decisions to a 1-800 number or a faceless website. Depend on a local, reliable source. Call Kristen at 908-329-7140 or visit her at thekpa.net to get started. They are the KP Agency in Easton, Pennsylvania, proud sponsors of the weekend video forecast. So we're going to have kind of a raw, damp weekend overall. There's going to be some breaks in between. It's not going to be a constant rain, but we do have some showers today. Most notably in the morning, that's going to shift a little bit to the southeast during the afternoon. And then we'll get a break in the action a little bit until we get to late in the overnight period into early Sunday morning with another round of showers as a warm front moves through. Just going to go over a synoptic overview first. Here's those showers today. I'll get into more detail on the NAM here in a second. But then we're going to have a system that's cutting through the Tennessee Valley and Ohio Valley. And it's going to drag a warm front through the region early Sunday morning. That's where you get your showers. The afternoon is going to be fine. Matter of fact, probably late morning for a lot of you in our southern areas onward will be fine, where it's just cloudy and breezy, okay, on Sunday. We are going to get breezy conditions picking up in the afternoon on Sunday. Then it'll get a lot breezier once we get to the evening hours. But you're going to have a strong southerly flow once you get on the opposite side of this warm front. Here's the low pressure driving it. Warm front sitting up like this, and there's a meridionally aligned, which is almost north-south frontal boundary here, and in between you get a surge of synoptic warmth coming into our region from the south. Okay, so we're gonna have the winds pick up with that. It's a synoptically driven warmth, which means that this system, by taking this path here, is actually drawing in that warmer air, and that's why it's so exceptionally warm on Sunday. We're talking about highs that are going to be, in some places, 60 or above on Sunday, but it's just temporary, and then we go back down to the 50s. Still warmer than average, but back down to the 50s on Monday and Tuesday of next week in the wake of this system. But we are going to have rain coming in, most likely going to be in the evening on Sunday, and that will continue to the overnight. So some of you asked me about the Eagles game here on Sunday in South Philadelphia against the Dallas Cowboys. That has been flexed from a 4:25 start to a 1 o'clock start. No issues. Even probably for tailgating down there will be fine. You get there about 10 o'clock in the morning or whatever and start tailgating, and it will be fine for that too. So we don't have to worry about any of that to affect the game. But it might be some breezy conditions that could affect throws and things like that. That's about it. Should be a dry game during the game itself. And then once this moves through, there could be some embedded heavier rain with this. Looking at generally 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch. Some areas will get a little bit more than that. But then there could even be a squall line of thunderstorms. Squall line of thunderstorms that might be associated with this that comes through overnight. But this is going to be gone by early Monday morning, the latest, probably late Sunday night. It's already through, okay? So Monday in its wake would just be becoming partly cloudy after some morning clouds exit, okay? So let's get to the details on the finer scale. Here is the NAM high-res future simulated radar. Some areas had some freezing rain overnight, some light freezing rain, but that should be gone by this morning for most areas. I can't rule out somebody up here in like maybe the Wyoming Valley or something that is still holding on to some light freezing rain for a short time, very, very early this morning. If you're getting up to let the dog out or something and it's 6 o'clock in the morning, you might have a little diciness going on here in some spots. There's a few isolated spots, but after that, it's just showers. And again, this is mostly in the morning for the interior. Once you get in the afternoon, it kind of shifts over New Jersey, far southeastern corner of Pennsylvania. Still continuing with some light showers, and it becomes more intermittent, though. See, it's more concentrated this morning, and then it becomes more intermittent overnight, or excuse me, during the afternoon. And then we get in the overnight here. This is going to move back northward as a warm front dragged by that low pressure that I showed you going up from the Tennessee Valley through the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes. It's going to send this warm front through with some showers very late Saturday night into Sunday morning. That lifts off to the north, and then we are warm sector with just cloudy and during the afternoon. This is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The Eagles game's right here, so yeah, obviously very dry there at that point. So we don't have to worry about anything coming back in again until late afternoon in central PA. It'll come back in, but it looks more likely areas farther east will be dealing with this in the evening. Okay, it'll come back in. You can see a semblance of a squall line right here. See this right here? There's a squall line associated with this, and there is, in fact, indications on the sounding for the NAM here that there will be some elevated convection. What does that mean? It just means that you're going to have thunderstorms, but they're not your traditional thunderstorms. This is elevated convection. It means it's mostly cloud-to-cloud stuff, but you can definitely see thunder and lightning with this, and moves through. You see that squall line moving through. It could be some gusty winds with that squall line as well, but you see the time? This is 11 p.m. This is late evening. At this point, it's just out here by Harrisburg up through like Selinsgrove and those areas, and then it moves eastward in the wee hours of the morning, and then off the coast again. This is looking at 6 a.m. on Monday. Just a few leftover showers across New Jersey at this point, and then it moves out shortly thereafter. So I think Monday is going to be becoming partly cloudy after those morning clouds end. You're probably not dealing with much in the way of rain unless you're getting up really early on Monday morning. But I want to watch this little squall line here to make sure it doesn't do anything crazy. Again, we're already going to be breezy with a southerly wind flow ahead of this. This might just act like a low-top thunderstorms in summer where you get some gusty winds on the front end of that. Probably not, severe per se, but we could have some gusty winds that exceed 40 miles per hour if this does, in fact, take shape. So we're going to be watching that this next couple of days here. And again, total rain from this, again, it's not a lot of rain because it's a quick-moving front. See this? You're getting some heavy rain along that frontal boundary, but you're generally between a half and 3/4 of an inch. Can't rule out somebody goes slightly over that just for that portion of rain that comes in Sunday night and Monday. And with that, again, synoptically driven warmth is going to be entering the picture, and we're going to be some 15 to 20 degrees above average on Sunday. Again, either side of 60 degrees here for Sunday. Very warm, synoptically driven warmth, but that is not going to last once that moves out. We're still above average, plus 5 to plus 10 in the on Monday, and then Tuesday's kind of like in that same general ballpark. But then look what happens as we get into past the system is coming in New Year's Eve, which I'll discuss in a second. You get a lot of colder air temperatures coming in, and this is going to be lasting for a very long time. It reloads and rehits, and boy, we got some really cold temperatures coming up. You have to remember this is coming at a time when we are at our lowest climatological minimums for the year. I mean, this is cold to begin with, and you're adding these cold temperatures and they're 10 to 15 degrees below average at that point will mean highs that are going to be in the teens and 20s. So it's going to be pretty cold. That's one thing that's certain. The uncertain part is the snow part of that. I think that you will have some opportunities. We highlighted in the long-range outlook today. I do every single Friday. I added the 6th through the 8th period of January for our first winter storm signal. It might be the first of several. Okay, so buckle up. It looks like it's going to be a wild January. Let's get beyond this system here. So we get to Tuesday, which is, of course, this is New Year's Eve, and there could be some showers. I want to follow this one too early next week because timing is going to be critical for things that people have plans on New Year's Eve to go out. Could be a wet New Year's Eve here. Ringing in the new year, and this will go into either very late night on Tuesday night or exiting very early Wednesday morning. There is no indication in the European model that there's any change to snow here at the end, but there are some models like the GFS and the Canadian that are suggesting there might be some wraparound precipitation once the colder air arrives, and northern Pennsylvania might get in a little bit of snow out of that. So we'll follow that too. I wouldn't worry about that part of it so much yet. Once we get past this system, though, it does turn colder, and that's going to be from next Thursday onward. And next Thursday, we're kind of like mid to upper 30s, and then we're in the lower 30s for highs either side of freezing here on Friday, and it just keeps going from there, right? So we get some cold temperatures coming in. And again, we're going to watch that period when we get back to it changes over to a precipitation type map. It's almost as if I talked this into existence when I was doing the long range today. Okay, so this is the long range outlook that I did today on Friday, and I was showing that period between excuse me, January 6th and January 8th. Here's that system on the European model. And again, don't pay attention to what it's doing exactly verbatim here, but there should be enough cold air involved where this is probably incorrect, where it's trying to bring rain this far inland. But this is showing this is the storm signal. This is it. This is one of them. The Canadian model of rain this evening is doing the same exact thing, bringing some snow into our area, and the GFS is doing the same exact thing. So we have some agreement now, and it's almost as if I wrote it into existence. Now all of a sudden the models are picking up on this. So I like that period between the 6th and the 8th, and there might be some things after that. I just identified one for now. But I like this period between the 6th and 8th to produce accumulating snowfall for parts of the region. Will it be a big storm? We don't know yet. We'll see. Those followed in the week ahead. I'm EPA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for the weekend of December 28th and 29th, 2024. Have a great Saturday and Sunday.